Creation myths provide us with a lens into the worldview, the beliefs and values of different cultures. Very often, these stories address the origins of humanity, the earth, and the cosmos. While details may vary widely, the central theme of explaining existence unites them. Let's have a look at some fascinating creation myths from some of the world's major religions and belief systems. The book of Genesis describes God creating the universe in 6 days and resting on the seventh. According to Genesis, God speaks existence into being. Light, sky, earth, plants, animals, and finally, humankind, which is made in His own image. The first humans, Adam and Eve, are placed in the Garden of Eden, but fall from grace after eating the forbidden fruit. This story not only explains the origin of life, but also introduces the theme of human morality and sin. Hindu cosmology offers several creation stories. One prominent narrative involves the god Brahma, who emerges from Hiranyagarbha, or a golden egg floating in the cosmic waters. Brahma creates the world through meditation, bringing forth everything through his thoughts. Another myth features the cosmic giant Purusha, whose body is sacrificed by the gods to create the universe. These myths illustrate a cyclical view of time, where the universe is created, sustained, and eventually destroyed, only to be recreated anew. In Norse mythology, the creation of the world begins in a primordial void called Ginnungagap. In this void, the icy Niflheim meets the fiery Muspelheim, and their collision creates a giant named Ymir. From Ymir's body, the gods Odin, Vili, and Ve create the world. His flesh becomes earth, his blood the seas, and his skull the sky. The first humans, Usk and Embla, are carved from trees and given life by the gods, who also shaped the 9 realms, including Asgard, home of the gods, and Midgard, home of humankind. According to Hesiod's Theogony, in the beginning there was only chaos, a yawning emptiness. Out of chaos came Gaia, the earth, Tartarus, the underworld, and Eros, love. Gaia gave birth to Uranus, the sky, and together they produced the Titans, the giants, and the Cyclopes. Zeus and the Olympian gods eventually overthrew the Titans, bringing order to the cosmos. The gods later create humans from the earth and various elements, and Pandora, the first woman, is created as a gift and a curse to humanity. One Chinese creation story centers on Pangu, a cosmic giant who emerges from a cosmic egg. When Pangu awakes, he separates the earth and sky, holding them apart for 18,000 years. As he dies, his body transforms into natural elements. His breath becomes the wind, his eyes the sun and moon, and his body the mountains. Another story involves the goddess Nuwa, who molds humans from clay to relieve her loneliness. She creates some by hand who become the nobility, while the rest are fashioned quickly with a cord, becoming the common people. The Egyptian creation story varies between cities, but in one version, from the city of Heliopolis, creation begins with the god Atum, who emerges from the primordial waters of Nu. Atum creates himself and gives rise to Shu, or air, and Tefnut, or moisture, whose union produces Geb, the earth, and Nut, the sky. Their children are Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys, who play significant roles in Egypt's mythological pantheon. The Egyptians believed that the pharaohs were descendants of the gods, connecting the divine origins of the world to their rulers. The Dreamtime is a foundational belief for Australian Aboriginal tribes, explaining the creation of the world and its creatures. In Dreamtime stories, ancestral spirits rose from the earth, forming the landscape, rivers, animals, and plants. Each tribe has unique stories, often involving shape-shifting deities who imprint themselves into the environment. Dreamtime is timeless, representing both the origin of the world and the continuous state of spiritual connection. The Japanese Shinto creation story begins with chaos, from which the gods Izanagi and Izanami were created. Standing on the heavenly bridge, they stir the primordial ocean with a jeweled spear, forming the islands of Japan. The couple descends and produces other deities who govern natural elements and phenomena. This myth reinforces the sacredness of Japan's islands and the divine origin of the emperor, linking human existence with a divine order. In Zulu cosmology, the supreme god Unkulunkulu creates humanity from reeds on the banks of a lake. Unkulunkulu creates the first man and woman, animals, and even tools for survival. This myth is essential for the Zulu people's cultural heritage, emphasizing the harmonious connection between humans, nature, and a divine creator. Native American creation stories are diverse and tribe-specific, but many share themes of life emerging from the earth or water. For example, the Navajo or Dini believed that life began in the first world, a dark, insect-inhabited realm. After passing through 3 more worlds, humans finally arrive in the 4th world, where they live today. In contrast, Iroquois have a sky woman who falls from the heavens and is supported by animals that create land on the back of a great turtle. These myths emphasize balance, respect for nature, and the cyclical nature of life. Across cultures, creation myths reveal humanity's innate curiosity about the origins of life, the world, and the universe. While the details and characters differ, these myths share universal themes of chaos giving way to order, the sacredness of the earth, and the relationship between the divine and humankind. By understanding these stories, we gain insight into the values and philosophies of the people who told them, thereby enriching our understanding of the diversity and unity in human belief.